Hey guys, so I figured to celebrate getting 17 subscribers. I know you guys are gonna be like, this girl's so weird, what she's celebrating 17 subscribers for. But that's kind of crazy if you think about it. That's 17 complete, total strangers who I'm assuming don't know me on any level, that just enjoy my art. Like, it's so crazy to me. So, yeah, why not celebrate you guys and give you a little sketchbook tour? So this is gonna be a super low effort video. I'm not really gonna do too much editing. I don't have a script, it's just me talking, and yeah. Alright, so the first page, I remember I did this literally right after practice, and I was thinking all the time. I do track, by the way. I'm a 3-season varsity athlete. I do track in the winter and spring, and I do field hockey too. So yeah, I remember the whole time I was at track practice, I was just thinking of how much I couldn't wait to get home to draw. So yeah, it's this little detective character, and she's going, new sketchbook? Interesting. There's the date that I did it, and yeah, this is not a style that I usually do. Normally I do this kind of like scratchy style when I'm really just getting a sketch in, and yeah, I like the way it came out. I really like how the simple color palette worked with the style. I think it's pretty cool. All right, again, like I said, I'm covering up my signature, which is always going to be in this corner right here. So, and like I said, I'm not trying to edit anything, so bear with me while I flip the page. Yeah. So here we have, this might not be the best plan. I know I said no editing, but I want to stay true to my no editing claim, so I'm just going to grab a book to keep that page down. Okay, cool. Like I said, no editing. So here we have this girl. She's cyberpunk, and it's pretty cool. She's got, it looks like prosthetics, but they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be kind of like limb enhancements. And yeah, so she's not an amputee. She has limbs under there. Yeah, it's going for this like cool like sci-fi theme. Yeah, not too much to say about that. It's cool. And I was trying to do lens distortion to make it seem like her feet were in front and she was kind of floating, but I don't know how well that came across. But yeah, that was the goal there. Again, sorry, bear with me while I flip. La la la. Sorry guys, this is not the best arrangement. Okay, and here we have this little like comic strip, and those blue bubbles, those are you. Like, that's you speaking. So you're like, let me try not to curse. Sorry guys, I like to use words when I'm not on YouTube, okay? So I say when I'm not on YouTube, like I've been on here for a while. I just made this account, 2 days ago? So yeah, I'll give you a second to read. The whole point is that you're waking up during an alien invasion. So you're like, what the freak? The alien's like, freak, you're asleep right now, got it? And you're like, is that a gun? The alien's like, yeah, something like that. Damn, humans are always waking up. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's definitely kind of tattoo inspired. This lighting is not really the best right now, but yeah. All right, flip the page. That's a political cartoon. I'm not going to show you that because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to make anyone mad. Okay, so here we have this kind of sketch for this novel that I'm working on. I might adapt it into a comic book later on, but for right now it's a novel, and you know, I'm happy with that. I love writing, so yeah. And I'm not gonna go too much into what the story as a whole is about because it really means a lot to me, and I just don't want to risk anybody stealing my idea. So yeah, so we have this character. She's a vampire, and she's like, just one bite, I swear it doesn't hurt. I did not enunciate that right, but like, or not enunciate that, sorry, express that right. She's supposed to be like asking to bite you just once, and she's like, I swear it doesn't hurt, like the biting doesn't hurt. And you'll notice with the lighting, I tried to go, all the colors have meaning. her design choice has a lot of meaning. Again, I can't go into specifics as to what it means because, like I said, I really don't want anyone stealing that idea. So the green lighting, obviously green is opposite of red, and she's, whoops. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that now. And sorry. And yeah, and she's wearing a lot of pink, so I thought that'd be cool. And the book touches upon a lot of themes of polarization and otherism, so I thought that would be a really cool way to weave that into the design of the characters. Before I write, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes if I get like a very vivid image in my head of what a scene should look like, I like to sketch it out, or like what a character should look like, I'll sketch that out too. Here we have this alien girl. If you notice that she looks very similar to the cyberpunk girl, your instincts are great because that's very intentional. This isn't for a story or anything. I mean, well, it is for a story that I have in my head, but not one that I intend on writing. So, yeah, she's cool. She is an alien. The cyberpunk girl was a human. Again, flipping the page. So, oh my goodness gracious. This is definitely an interesting drawing. So, yeah. I think I was clearly very annoyed when I did this because some people can draw like beautifully when they're mad. That is not me. So, yeah, you can tell it's a little scratchy, but it's trying not to be scratchy. So, I think I like that better, that lighting a lot better. So, yeah. And we have some lyrics from Radiohead's Let Down. So it says, one day I'm going to grow wings. And then over here it says hysterical and useless. Some lyrics from the song. Yeah, I must have been annoyed, and I must have been upset, and I don't know what that was a reaction to. But, yeah, something pissed me off. Something pissed me off. Oh, this is actually a pretty old drawing. I think I'm 16 now, and I think I drew this when I was maybe 15. So yeah, I drew, this is funny, I drew this figure here. It was based off AI. Don't cancel me, okay? Gonna cancel me, huh? Gen Z me, bruh. But no, this was me trying to prove that I'm better than AI because what the heck, like I am. So yeah, and the doodles here are my own personal flair. And that's also conveying another story that I had built up in my head. But that story was based off of a My Chemical Romance song because I'm a nerd. So it's a little less original. And yeah. Her eyes are very expressive. Hang on, let me adjust so that we get that good lighting and you can really see them. But yeah, her eyes are pretty expressive. Very cool. The face proportions are off, but you know, it's alright. And this was, yeah. The reason that I wanted to do a drawing based off of an AI image was because I had recently read the short story, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, which is amazing. It's so disturbing. So if you're into that kind of thing, absolutely check it out. It's super short, and it stayed in my head like, oh my god, that was all I could think about for like the next week. It was phenomenal. So ahead of its time. Flipping the page. It was written in, I think, the 50s. So yeah, very, very ahead of its time. It was amazing. Highly recommend. Okay. This was me experimenting with I'm sorry, I was dropping the phone. Sorry. Okay, but this was me kind of experimenting with a new style, which I tend to do. I don't really like the style, but yeah. That's like with that scratchy style that I showed you on the first page. That's kind of another example of this. When I'm trying out a new style, I tend to amplify or distort certain little personal bits of flair that I already have in my style to get something completely unique, and I think that's very cool. So yeah, so this drawing kind of represents like giving into bad influence, and it kind of goes into that whole like devil on the shoulder, angel on the shoulder thing. So here we have the devil on this girl's shoulder, and she's covering her eyes and encouraging her to shoot and kill the angel on her shoulder, which is, you know, obviously giving into bad influence. But she's covering her eyes to show her that, to kind of blind her to the reality of the action that she just committed. And here she's asking, "You sure that was a good idea?" And the devil's like, "Positive." I said the devil. I probably shouldn't say that. The demon or whatever. I also should throw in the fact that that was based on a photo I saw on Pinterest. It really might have been AI. I'm not sure. But yeah. I'm just skipping through my sketchbook really quick because I'm trying to make this a relatively quick video. I feel like people don't really want to watch super long videos, and yeah. Okay, so here we have the x-ray of a turtle. It's not really supposed to be realistic. It's stylized. I drew it with Sharpies at like 1 a.m. This beetle, obviously not an x-ray because beetles have exoskeletons. And here we have this kind of like mix of, I'm talking like, oh my gosh, I sound like, that was a full like sentence fragment, but whatever. I sound like such a dweeb right now. And here we have, but yeah. So here we have this like fish with its skeleton kind of painted on top. So it's like a fusion of an x-ray and an image. This whole page is very stylized. It's kind of Invader Zim inspired. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, here, hang on. This was done in graphite, so you can't really see it with this lighting. This is gonna be kind of hard to show at this angle without losing my whole name. But I'm in pajamas right now. So, yeah, this I drew kind of as a joke. It's like this band that I made up to kind of like make fun of certain types of bands. So yeah, it's definitely not a good drawing, and this was not intentional. Like, it being this anatomically off is not intentional. It was modeled off of this this reference photo that I found on Pinterest. I thought was cool, but it was very hard to replicate because that had all kinds of lens distortion. So yeah, but the facial anatomy is way off. Body anatomy is off. The anatomy of even the base itself is off. The font is a little hard to read, but it says The Lonely and Lustful. Definitely not the best band name. Here we have some digital versions of that. So when I say digital, I mean I edited it. I took a picture of that, edited it to make it black and white, printed it out, taped it in, and for this top one, drew over it with paint pens from Amazon. Okay, next we have this girl. This is the book that I was using to keep the page down because I'm only working with one hand here. But yeah. So she's cool. I like the heart motif. The color palette's great. Her ears are meant to look like a heart and go along with that motif that I mentioned. But I've heard that it looks like bunny ears. That definitely wasn't my intention, but I don't hate it. She got some dip dye going on. Yeah, very cool. I like her a lot. She has very stylized proportions, which is intentional. I personally like the way that it came out. A lot of people would say that it's too stylized. I don't really think that it is. Oh, this is not. This was supposed to be a drawing of. Notice how I'm not showing it. This is supposed to be a drawing of Alyssa Liu, but I'm sorry, Miss Liu, because it is not it. Okay. Here we have this this is some roller derby girl, and here's her mascot, I guess, her logo. She's an alien theme going on, so you see the alien right there. She got a tramp stamp because That's what the girl that I drew based off had on Pinterest. Yeah, this was just, I don't even know. I'm not even into roller derby. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool as a kid because I read this comic book where this girl was in roller derby. It was called like Roller Girl or something. What just happened? Anyways, it was called like Roller Girl or something. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. Alright, I know I said I wasn't gonna edit, but I had to do a quick little edit because my mom walked downstairs. I'm in the basement right now. And sorry, my brother's here and he's a dick. No, he's not a dick. Anyways, here I got annoyed because I felt like none of the drawings I was doing that day came out good. So I got pissed, as one does. And yeah. Flipping the page. Okay. So we have this like vampire girl. She's supposed to be like a Victorian child. She's got a weird kind of nose. I just said that because I like the effect of it. It looks very dramatic. It was supposed to be like she was looking down at the camera. I didn't really convey it well, so I kind of just gave up, and I liked the way that nose looked. I liked the way that it contributed to the emotion of the scene, I guess. It looks very painful for her, though. I mean, she's got completely upturned nose. But she's cool. Oh, wait, I want to show you this real quick. Vampire fangs, vampire bite. Okay, that's it. La 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 la. The hairstyle was definitely very stylized. So here we got this android. She's cool. I like the color palette. Yeah, very cool. Sorry guys, I'm like speed running this. I'm trying to get done. Oh, this is a cartoon making fun of my Spanish teacher, so very not nice. I'm not gonna show that to you guys. This is cool. I tend to get a lot of compliments on this one, so I definitely sounded so stuck up right there. I tend to get a lot of compliments on this one. Sorry guys. I'm not an ass, I promise. I mean, yeah, sometimes I am, I don't know. But yeah. So, yeah. It's this little tiger, and it has my tag name mixed in, which is RDR. And yeah, pretty cool. It was definitely trust the process. It was looking hopelessly ugly for a while. I was getting nervous. Holding the book in this position is hurting my hand, so we're gonna skip to the next page. This, hang on, I gotta put this down, because holding this book like this is genuinely hurting my hand. So, this is a hippocampus. Not the part of the brain. Yes, I am a nerd, bookworm. I'm studious. Now, this is a hippocampus from Greek mythology. So, pretty cool. The proportions are looking crazy, but I've never seen a hippocampus. So, because they're not real. So, the proportions could be spot on, and we would never know. La 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 la. Here we have this. Oh, my signature's not on this. Here we have this scene. I need to stop saying here we have this. I hate the way that sounds. My signature's up here though, so. But yeah, there's this scene from this novel. Again, like I said, when I have really vivid ideas of what a scene should be like, I will sketch it out. I'm not gonna give in any context, or holy moly, I can't talk. I'm not gonna give any context because I'm sorry, but this idea really means a lot to me, and I would really hate for it to be stolen. So I'll give you a second to read the dialogue. It's a little corny. So it reads like white, red, all the way around, red. So 1, 2, 3. Cool. His hand's supposed to be a fist, but it just looks like he's missing fingers. This lighting is really not doing good things for it. There you go. Okay, last page, and then we're done here. Because, like I said, I haven't finished this yet. So, this was me doing drawings. You really cannot see in this lighting. This was me doing drawings based on tarot cards. And it's in Spanish because I'm half Cuban. So, this is El Sol. And, yeah. El Sol is supposed to be, like, happiness and, like, childhood and, like, innocence. But they look aged and stressed beyond their years. They do not look like happy little children. So, might redo it. I did this right, like, literally finished this. Because I'm getting on the way to get my license right now. I'm getting it pretty soon. I'm not going to say when because that would give up my birthday, but I'm getting it soon. And, yeah. So, hang on, let me fix this lighting because it's PMO. Okay. So, my signature's on the bottom, and I don't want to show that to you, so you're just going to look at this part. And where was I? Oh, yeah. I finished this literally as the driver instructor was in my driveway, and my parents were like, hurry up, he's here, like, hurry up. So, I would say worth it. My favorite face is definitely this little guy, right? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to point with the same hand that I'm holding the phone with so that I don't drop the book. But this one is definitely my favorite face. That one, not so much. But I like them both. They're both, they're cute. So that's it. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Love you dearly. Yeah, take care.